Please go ahead and tag a friend, like and share, like and share. Let's see our friends who are on with us this morning. I know you guys are ready because I'm ready. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Michonne. Good morning, Roseanne. Thank you all for being on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Byrne. Good morning, Rutho. Good morning, everybody. I'm excited this morning to see each and every one of you. Hey, Browder. Good morning, good morning. Please tag a friend, host a watch party. You guys do not want to miss this. Good morning, sis. Good morning, good morning. I'm super excited this morning. I'm not by myself. I have a special guest. She is a beautiful spirit and soul, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but let's go ahead and bring some friends on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning, Tamika. Thank you for being on. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Miss Dennis, I missed you. Praying all is well. Yes, Tish, yes. Not Sister Flawless. Good morning. Hi, Nora. Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes. Good morning, Rutho. I know the guys on was popping this morning. We were getting ourselves ready for this awesome Wisdom Wednesday. So we're excited about it, guys. We are living freedom by design. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tag a friend, share, share, share. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Yes, we are talking about adequate provision on this morning. Y'all see it behind me. You see the oil and the vessels. You see that ram in the bush. We about to get this thing going. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Super excited. For those of you, this is your first time being on. My name is Dr. K. I'm the founder of Freedom by Design, and we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Freedom by Design was impregnated in me, and I birthed that thing with the Lord's help. Praise God. I thought it was just a movement, but it's my ministry. So it's a movement, it's my ministry. And in a season where I thought, you know, I was supposed to be having a physical baby, he gave me a whole movement and a ministry. So that's a whole nother story and testimony, but I'm excited about it. I'm being obedient. I'm a test for those, or a testimony for those who say, well, I don't know if I could do that. I'm doing it. I get up every morning and I'm doing it because he has equipped me to do it. So I'm excited about it. So you can do it too. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Bivens. Hey, Centrell. Tag a friend, share, share, share. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. So y'all know that this, I'm trying to get it together. This reflux is driving me insane. So good morning, good morning. I see we have a few more people on. I see my guest is tagging people, so I want to make sure. Good morning, Floyd. I want to make sure that we get everybody on. So I'll go ahead and get started. As you already see, our topic of conversation this morning is adequate provision. And what we do each and every Wisdom Wednesday now is we have a guest on that's able to share their testimony, that's able to share, you know, their walk in life, where they are. And it's always going to be a beautiful soul, somebody that can bless us for sure. But this morning in my meditation, I just wanted to share, as you know, we were meditating on adequate provision. I looked up the definition for the word provision, and it says the providing or supplying of something, especially food or other necessities, an arrangement or preparation beforehand. As for the doing of something, the meeting of a need, supplying of means. And as I started thinking about that, I got excited and happy all over again, because I know who my provider is. I know him to be a provider. And I said, you know what, this is awesome, because God introduced himself to us as Jehovah Jireh in Genesis 22. So that made sense to me, because I know he'll provide, but not just, he will provide our basic needs and necessities, you know, food, money, all of those kind of things. But I'm talking about those most profound needs, our desperate needs, you know, that he'll bring the right thing, the right person into our life just when we feel like, you know what, I can't take it anymore. And it made me think about Abraham and Sarah. When Abraham was told to take his son that he was promised, God gave him this son. They were well past their childbearing age, to take the son to Mount Moriah and sacrifice him. But Abraham was obedient. And it's something that occurs. It's just his grace and his mercy are so amazing, especially when we're obedient, when we do what we're supposed to do. When Abraham took his son, went up, his son looking like, Dad, where's the sacrifice? He's like, we'll get it. Don't worry about it. They get up there and he's about to sacrifice his son. Understand, his son ain't moving. He about to do what he need to do. And God provided a ram in the bush. How many of us know that he will have that ram in the bush for us just when we think all is lost, is nothing else, because he's waiting on us, because he's waiting on us to empty all of us out, because, you know, we'll try to fix that thing. And then I was thinking, because y'all know I'm studying my Old Testament series, I thought about the widow in 2 Kings who goes to Elisha, and she didn't go on her own name. She went on the name and the covering of her deceased husband because she was a widow. And she asked Elijah, and she reminded him, my husband was one of your mentees. He was a God-fearing man, and she's a God-fearing woman. And, you know, she said she needed his help because they were about to take her sons. And, you know, that's all she had left. They had taken everything. The creditors had come, and now they were going to take the 2 sons to pay that debt. And, you know, I can imagine her as a single parent being broken, because I know what it is to be a single parent. You know, I walked those shoes. So I'm like, oh my goodness. But she went to Elijah, and Elijah said to her, you know, what am I to do with you? What do you have? And she's like, well, I don't have anything but this a half a pot of oil. And he was like, go borrow empty vessels from all of your neighbors. And I understand she's already saying creditors about to come and get her sons. So that means that she does not have anything. Everybody knows that she's broke, but he asked her still to go borrow, but she was obedient. She sent those sons to get all the empty vessels that they can get. And then he told her to go ahead and start pouring that oil, and she began to pour. And not only did he provide for her immediate needs to be able to pay all the creditors and the debts and all of that, but she was able to, and her sons were able to live off of what he had done. So it's a beautiful thing when we empty ourselves out and allow him to use us. And in that same vein, I want to go ahead and introduce our guest for this morning. This young lady I met about a year and a half ago. And when I say I met her, I'm going to say I met her loosely because I met her on Facebook. We've actually never physically seen each other, but I promise you, she is a very dear friend of mine. She is very special and near and dear to my heart. And her testimony, her story is phenomenal. And we're going to have a conversation this morning, guys. And you guys get to, you know, be privy to our conversation so you can hear a little bit more about her testimony as she shares it. And I want you to help me welcome our guest for this morning. She is none other than Tangi Green, owner and founder of Lucy's Diamond Consignment Boutique. Good morning, Tangi. Are you there? Let's go ahead, unmute yourself.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tangi, thank you so much for being on Freedom by Design Live. I appreciate it more than you know.
You're welcome.
You have a lot of your friends on who follow you. And guys, I know you're like, what's that stuff behind her? So I told y'all Tangi my friend now. So let me be clear. Her online consignment boutique is everything. It is more than just shopping for stuff. You actually get fed in the process. So Tangi, tell us, how did Lucy's Diamond Consignment even come to fruition?
In 2017, I lost my mom in February. And at the time, I was working as a property manager. I had been a property manager at that time, maybe about 19 years, like managing different apartment communities. And when my mom passed, of course, I became an immediate caregiver for my dad. And I started having issues at work. And the issues, it was kind of weird because the property was performing. So I think it was really kind of like just a thing where God was allowing some things to happen to make me uncomfortable. So what happened, I had a manager tell me that she wanted to demote me, which has never happened to me. I don't think I've ever really said that part, but she wanted to demote me. And I told her, I said, yes, it's okay. You know, you can demote me, because at that time I'm thinking, well, you know, she's offering me a little money, so, you know, I'll go ahead and take the demotion. So I went ahead and I left, you know, work for that day. You know, I wanted to just process everything. And I met up with some friends of mine. and we set up, you know, we were eating. I was really, really down and stuff. And they just encouraged my spirit and stuff. And in the middle of this conversation that we were having, I just said, I'm not going back. And they looked at me and then they were like, well, yeah, don't go back. And I said, yeah, I'm not going back. So I never went back. And maybe a week later, I would say that, you know, I was just kind of down and stuff like that. And one of my friends who had said it to me before, she was like, your money's in your closet. And that's what she kept saying. She kept saying, your money's in your closet. And I'm sitting up here like, my money's in my closet. And I'm like, you know, thinking like, because my friends, you know, they were known to just go and come in my closet, get what they want, so and so. And I'm like, what is she talking about? So this particular day, she called me. And I was, like I said, I was going through. And she's like, I told you your money's in your closet. She said, go ahead, you start pulling stuff, and I'm on the way. And I said, okay. So me being Tangi, I was like, I called my daughter, Diamond. And I said, I need for you to go in there and just go in my closet, just get some stuff before Nicola gets here. Just pull it out. And I just, you know, I just want something here. So she began to pull stuff. So when my friend walked in the room, she says, all of this, you know, she was looking around. She was like, all of this came out your closet. And I said, well, we started, you know, we started, this is all I could get done right now. And she was like, oh. So she grabbed the first item, went out to my deck and took a picture of it. We didn't even know what we were going to call the business. She said, what do you want to call the business? And I was like, I said, I would like it to have something to do with my mom and my baby. So that's where we got Lucy's Diamond, posted the first picture. It was a Louis Vuitton sack pack. And it sold immediately. So from that point, the business was birthed. That was May 15th of 2017. And from that time, May 15th of 2017, I worked for myself for like a year and a half with no other sources of income.
Just from your closet? Just
from my closet. And then I had friends to start pulling their things, you know, their items, and then they were bringing them to me for me to sell. And then, like you said, I just started meeting people online that started bringing things. And here I am. It's 2020.
You know, Tangi, we always get excited when we see you on because you're always so full of energy, so full of life. But you're a very shy person, are you not?
Very.
Nobody would believe. They're like, she's shy. I'm like, I promise you, she is a sweet soul. She's super shy. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dig a little bit because I know that there were times over these last 3 years that you did try to do something different than what God told you to do. You did try to go and work on somebody's job, and that did not work. Am I right or am I right?
Yes.
So tell us about
Never
that.
Worked. Well, I can tell you twice that I tried to go back and work for someone. One incident, I went back into a property. I ended up just basically saying, oh, I can't do it. You know, it was like I could never get comfortable. And then I said, okay, a friend of mine was like, oh, you'll be great to sell cars. Okay, I'll try it. She was right. I mean, you know, she was right. I'll be honest. I went and I sold the cars or whatever, and I did really well. But this time, the dealership closed. It just closed. I mean, when I say, and I'm talking about the day after Christmas last year, it just closed on me. And so at this point, I said, okay, you know, something's going on here. So I said, I'm going to sit home. I had another friend call me, and he was like, go ahead. I need some help at this property. Come. Month and a half later, he tells me, he says, well, they said that I'm paying you too much. So we need to do something else. But see, at that time, even when I was working there, I was like, I said, okay, God, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. It's none of the things that I saw, you know, because God will show you things. you know, and sometimes we ignore them, you know, like they're like these little snapshots of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And that definitely was not in those businesses that I saw. And I walked away and I haven't been back. And what I can tell you, just in doing what God told me to do, even in the first 7 months of my business, I made 2.5 times my yearly salary. 2.5 times in 7 months, my yearly salary. And I had one little shaky month and it scared me. So I immediately started, and that's how I ended up. Anytime that it got just a little weary, I would get nervous, but not this time. I didn't.
Yeah.
I just kept going.
I love it. I love it. You know, Tangi, a few weeks ago, I was going through. It was coming at me from all different sides. I felt like the walls were closing in on me, and I couldn't. I needed to clear some headspace, and it was so interesting because we were actually in Hilton Head. We went to. I was like, I need to go to the beach. I need to get it together, and we went. And you were going live that day that we were there. Bernadette and I, we were down there, and we were actually getting ice cream, and we sat down because we were like, oh, Tangi coming on, we need to get on these people Wi-Fi so we can watch. And we sat down, and you came on, and instantly when you came on, we both said something not right. Her spirit is different. Something is not right. And you started talking, and the tears just began to flow. And it was so empowering because as much as we come on to shop, we come on because that's like our time to fellowship with you. And you're at that moment, your vulnerability and your transparency, you can see the messages and the women saying, you know, go ahead and talk. And you were just talking about how hard things were and how difficult things were as a online presence and having your business totally online. I know that has to be uncomfortable because you're a shy person, but tell me about how it has been encouraging for other people for you to just be so vulnerable and transparent and just to let it flow live on Facebook when that spirit hits you and moves you.
Honestly, that I would say it means more to me than selling one item. Being able to help somebody else. Because believe it or not, that's when I feel more at ease and stuff like that. And like you said, one thing about me coming on live, I told myself that if I couldn't be authentic, if I couldn't be true, I didn't want to do it. And when I tell you, so when you come on there and you're shopping with me, like you're really getting me. Like if we were in a room together, the silly little stuff that you hear me say or something like that, that's what we're doing when we're sitting in a room together. And the testimonies of the ladies, they flood the inbox. They flood the inbox. Different posts on the page and stuff like that. I can tell you that I've had women reach out. Several women have ventured out and they've started their businesses based on just, watching me. And they said that it made them feel like they could do it. They were like, if Tangi can do it, I can do it too. I've had women who've been encouraged like in their homes. They've been, a lot of them have said that they've been through what I've been through. And just to know that somebody else has, been through some things and have had some hard times and stuff like that, and made it through, it made them, feel like they could do it. It's been an outpouring, for people. And, and then like I'll have people that say that they were just having a horrible day, and I'll get on there talking about, just something just random, and they have laughed. They were like, that was the first laugh that they had that day, you know, like they were in the middle of crying. And then I say something and they say that they're just cracking up laughing and their whole energy changed. And like, those are the things that matter most to me, you know, that a woman is telling me that little old me made her feel like she could do it. And then she ventured out on her own. Those things right there mean more to me than selling one item.
I love it. As I'm looking at the comments, I see people saying, awesome testimony, Tangi. Praise God. I wish you the best and your business and your family, because you know we love Dad now. Come on now. Come on. I'm like, where Dad at?
Right. Everybody, they are crazy about Dad.
I see people saying it's better than therapy, and very therapeutic, and they love your ministry because you started it as your online boutique. Just like when I think Freedom by Design, I'm like, okay, it's my movement. No, it's a whole ministry, because when you start to talk, I mean, there have been so many times that I've been listening. I see Bernadette, like, we in the middle of the parking lot trying to get on Wi-Fi. We can get to Tangi, like we're going all over the place trying to figure it out. So I heard you say that there have been a lot of things that you've overcome. And I know you've had some challenges, because sometimes I'll see when you post and you'll say, you know, you're not feeling well, you know, pray for you. So if there's one thing that you could ask us as saints and believers, you know, to do for you in this season, what would that thing be?
What I would say, if anybody is praying for Tangi right now, it would be for my health, because I have to be healthy to be able to do this. And that I stay encouraged, because a lot of times, any time that I'm talking, and certain things come out of my mouth, it's not me. A lot of times I don't even remember what I've said. And I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. And so, but when you pour out like that, you need to be filled back up. And what I'll say is that I'm not filled up enough. So if you want to, you know, so what I would say for people, it would be to pray that, you know, God strengthens me and heals me in my body, so I can take this thing to where it is that He's shown me that it's supposed to go, and that I'm filled back up. You know, when I pour out, that I'm filled back out. Because like a lot of times, like I said, when I get off of the live, people don't understand that I'm so drained that I'll just go in my room by myself. You know, I have like different people that help me with the invoices and all of that kind of stuff. So like a lot of the inbox messages don't even come from me, because sometimes I'm just not able to do it. So they'll come and they'll be like, okay, well, what would you like me to say to so-and-so, or something like that. So it would be that you guys pray that I'm filled back up, and that God strengthens my body so I can take this thing to the next place that He wants me to take it.
Absolutely. You know, it's so interesting as I hear you say that, because that's why I had to go to Hilton Head. And somebody said it to me, Tangi, and it was almost like it was an epiphany. I'm like, you know, I can tell it to other people. So hearing you say it is like, oh, because that person, I was like, I just don't know what's going on. I just can't. And they were like, yeah, because the feeder needs to be fed. And, you know,
Yes.
we take for granted that, oh, we'll be fine because we're so busy doing so much for everybody. So one aspect of your life is Lucy's Diamond, but you're also a provider for so many. You're also doing all those things behind the scene. And you're right as it relates to who can pour into you, because I don't let just anybody pour into me. It needs to be the right people. So I'm very careful about who I have around me. I'm very careful about, you know, I'm very protective, I should say, over my meditation and my prayer time and just my energy and my space. You know, everybody can't walk through those doors. Like,
No.
You know, everybody can't have, as I say, a seat at the table or a sideline pass to watch my life, because, you know, everybody is not going to be everything that you need them to be. Some people are going to come in for the moment. They're going to be there as long as it's something, and then they're going to slide out and they're going to take with them. But I need people who come in and delivering as well as those who are taken away. So I definitely appreciate that on this morning. I'm looking and they're like, okay, praying, they're praying for your health. And I see you on the God zone. So every morning, I know 7:30 is already a stretch, but every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, I get on the God zone. And we pray. It's a time to ask for prayer. It's a time to pray. And we have somebody who brings a message each morning. So that's how I kickstart my day to get myself going. So I have a lot of pieces of positive, or not pieces, a lot of components of my day that are not regimented, but I need them in order for me to stay focused and stay sane. And Tangi, I want to thank you. I see right now, I can tell you the God Zone is definitely going to be praying for your healing and for your feet. I see Lou said praying for healing and feeling. So I'm excited about that. But Tangi, guess what's in my spirit? You have not even touched the surface of what Lucy's Diamond is going to do.
Wow.
You have not nearly touched the surface. I looked last night and I was gonna go back to see the first item that you saw, and I got on, it was like 2 hours later. I'm like, she's still on 2 hours later. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. I told you yesterday when we talked, my mom loves it. She's on now. My friends are on, and they're always like, where is Tangi? Because you give us life. Like sometimes I'm just over here rolling. Like, it's like, okay, let me take the stuffing out. Okay, this, y'all, like, what y'all think? And I'm over here just running. I'm like, Lord, I'm like, it's not a thing. I'm like, this right here is, and I don't even watch TV. So, you know, I don't play with my
wow.
Feed my soul. You give me life when I watch you.
Wow.
We're driving. I'm like, girl, what she got? What she saying? Turn it up so I can hear. I want to miss nothing. So Tangi, I'm so grateful for you. And I see that everybody is praying overflow, abundance pouring out over your business and you and your health. And we're going to keep you lifted up. I'm so grateful.
Please do.
I love you so much.
Love you more.
Anything else you want to share or say before we go ahead and wrap up?
All I will say is, like I said, I appreciate the opportunity. Like Trina was saying, for me, this is different because, believe it or not, I get on there and, you know, it's so many of us on live and it seems like I'm just naturally doing it and stuff like that. But before each live, y'all, I really have to like pray my nerves down and everything. And, so for me to even be on here, it's like completely out of my comfort zone. And I just really appreciate, you know, you going ahead and giving me the opportunity because Trina didn't say, but I'll say, she tried to give me this opportunity last week. And I was like, ooh, you know, I was like, look. I'm like, hey girl, but you know, I didn't respond about that. I was like, you know, I'm like, no. So then it was so crazy. It was like God like pricked me and was like, okay, now you've passed opportunities after opportunities. Now you're gonna do this one. And I was like, I said, okay. So I'm grateful, you know, that you allowed me the opportunity. And you know, it wasn't so bad.
It's a conversation with you and I.
Yes.
I'm looking at the comments. Jade Gillespie said, well, get comfortable with it because it's your time, boo. Get comfortable.
Jade, honey, Jade is something else. And Jade is one of the people, like a lot of the ladies that you see on here, like Jade and Tamika, they've been shopping with me for the entire 3 years. For the entire 3 years. And, you know, like I said, I'm just so grateful, you know, to be able to do something that you love, you know, to be able to just put your hand on beautiful things all day and just sell them. And, you know, like I said, you know, to have women reach out to you and say that they never even had a high-end bag until they shop with you. It's something that I took for granted, you know, that I took for granted. I'm like, why, you know, and for somebody to say, well, I never had one until I shot with you. And like I said, it's just a blessing. And, you know, I would just, you know, tell people, I would say, you know, don't let anybody stop you from being your authentic self. You know, if God has shown you a way that your vision is supposed to go for that. You know, I've had people, Trina, to tell me that I need to charge more for this, that I need to do that. But see, that's not what God gave me. God told me that with this business, I was supposed to offer high-end items at a lower price so sisters and brothers could have them that never had the opportunity. So, and I've stayed to that, and it's worked for me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And Tangi, where can they follow you on Facebook? Where would you like for them to go?
Okay, on Facebook, you can follow me at Tangi Green or Lucy's Diamond Consignment Boutique. And I do have what they call a personality page, but I can't get everybody to get over there. We're still working on that. We're still working on that. Right. Everybody kind of likes to stay right here on this page. Instagram, Tan the Heiress, and Lucy's Diamond Consign.
All right. So guys, you heard her here. This is her first interview, so I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
For her to come out and talk. And there is so many more levels. So, you know, we had to be gentle on the first one, but, you know, God is going to continue to prick away, and we're going to let those layers come on down. Y'all know I'm writing my book, Exposed. He gonna expose some of us in a different little way so that we can share these testimonies and not be afraid to be, as Tangi said, our authentic selves, because many women, because of Tangi and her presence online and starting her business, they've started businesses. Many women are being fed by just the testimonials, the fellowship. As one young lady said, you know, they're talking about the therapy. I see Tamika has went ahead and put the link. So you see it right here. Tamika Osborne has put the link for Lucy's Diamond so that you can follow her. Guys, I promise you, as much as I want to keep Tangi to myself, I want y'all to shop. The prices are so good, and the quality of the items. I've gotten Versace, Fendi. My mom has a whole room filled with all her Coach and
she does.
whole room of stuff. I'm like, but every time you see her, she got a new bag. So
yes,
and it's matching everything she has going on. So guys, don't miss out, especially in this season. We have to support one another. We got to love on one another.
That's right.
What better way to show a person that, you know, I love you, sis, I'm supporting you, than to, you know, support her business, shop with her, be there, come on. And every time that she talks, hit that like and that love button, because that helps the business. That you need that when you're talking. It truly takes a lot of energy and prep time. We see Tangi talking and having fun, but it's some stuff behind that too, that it's a lot of prep that goes into it. So it's like, okay, are you coming back on tomorrow? No, she needs some rest. Come on now. But guys, love her, support her. I love her. She is my dear friend.
I love you too.
So much, Tangi. God bless you guys. Y'all have a phenomenal Wisdom Wednesday. I will see you on Freedom Friday. Take care, and bye-bye, Tangi.
Bye-bye. Thank you.